Agent Del Connor is the philosopher poet of the hippie generation.
All right, hey, I'm back. So here we are with podcast number 11 of our season 2. But the numbers are just going to go from whatever 0 was. I'm not going to restart them every season. But we're in season 2, which is a whole new batch of podcasts here in Lancaster instead of out of my car. So anyway, where are we? Today's featured song is going to be Scaredy Cat. But let's see. Eventually I might have some standard preamble if I ever get bored. Anyway, welcome to the Kung Fu Cowboy spiritual rock opera metaverse. 36 levels to tell my whole story, all my books, and just the Tai Chi program, not the whole Buddha Kung Fu program, and not the Shaolin Records, but it does have the Tai Chi youth program built into it. So you should be able to do what a kid can do. And when these kids come out there, maybe, well, they're formidable. There's no question about it. Okay, hey, where were we? Where's my... Supposed to be reading an intro. Okay, this song, today's featured song is Scaredy Cat. I love this. I think as a guitar player, this is like, that's my Kill the Spider riff. I think I've got a few riffs I'm proud of, signature riffs that show a kind of creative accomplishment, within the small confines of 12 notes in a certain key. And anyway, I'm happy with this song. Anyway, but this Scaredy Cat song, I thought I talked about this in a previous podcast or something. I'd mentioned it. I guess I'm talking about it, but I was thinking that this music video should be a girl seducing a guy instead of a guy just dominating over a girl. That's just too traditional. So I think it'd be much more interesting if somebody like Madonna was to sing this song to a unwilling or scared, or well, I don't know. Don't want to be too unbalanced here, but reluctant. So if we had Madonna singing this song to a reluctant boy, then it might be a very dynamic video. All right, here we go. So that's why in my case, I just did lyrics because I didn't want to put any of my girlfriends in there or their pictures and say, oh, this is about sex with them or anything. Because to be honest with you, I don't remember who I wrote it to. Several possibilities. It was so long ago. What are we talking, 40 years ago? More than that. Okay, here we go. I got some, I even mentioned that I think Jimmy Page should be proud of me. I think he should hear this and go, yeah, that's cool, Luke. That's a cool riff to play. I'd love to have him say that to me. That would be, that's the one pat on the back that would make me finalize my aspiration of being a guitar player, would be to be recognized by Jimmy Page. If he was to compliment me, I would say, that's it. Okay, that's my, couldn't go any higher than that. All right, here we go. And I also mentioned this book here for some reason. And this is the Batcave Gold Mine. You can kind of see it over here. Background. I don't know. This is a notebook that I've got it printed out in. Batcave Gold Mine. And you can order it in all formats, ebook and paperback. Get the paperback. I think that's the best probably way to do it. And for this book, there's not many pictures or anything, so get the paperback version. And but anyway, go to actually Shaolin Communications is my book publishing company that I publish all my books under. Shaolin Communications. Excuse me. But although I have ShaolinCommunications.com, I created ShaolinCom.com because for some reason I thought it might work, but it didn't. I mean, maybe it still could have with advertising. But no, it didn't work. It didn't take off. And I've got this enormous, huge shopping cart website built at ShaolinCom.com. I'll show you. I've got it all laid out in all these graphs and all these categories and all these web pages. Hundreds of them. It's a beautiful website. But anyway, probably a lot of links that are broken and things that have changed over the years. So I got to go through all my websites and clean them up. So Google's probably giving me a very low ranking right now. Okay, where were we? But anyway, that book, Batcave Goldmine, is, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's controversial, but it's about a gold mine that I did. I was digging back in the early 70s. And, there's a murder in the book, and It's mostly mysteries. It's fiction. I kind of had to plug in some of the blanks because I don't know what happened, but I know stuff happened and people in jail but I didn't know what happened. I kind of kept my distance. But anyway, that story, Bat Cave Gold Mine, is I actually wrote it for a childhood friend of mine who said he was a gold prospector. So I thought, I'll tell him the story about this and kind of dramatize it up, and then we can talk about it. But it's been 2 years. He still hasn't read the book. See, I come from San Diego. It's kind of, I guess, an illiterate community because none of my relatives or their children or my nephews or my nieces, none of them read books. Not a single one of them. They all say that. We don't read books. I don't read books. so they got no interest in me whatsoever. Okay, where were we? Where were we? Last century and the days of Pepe Le Pew. Oh, that was talking about the girl changing that around for that. Okay. And millennials. I don't want to talk about him. Rory Gallagher. Okay, now, blues rock idol of mine. He was. I saw him in concert, I want to say 7 times. And several times. I was right there on the edge of the stage, just a few feet from his guitar. Right there watching his finger. I mean, he was a hero of mine. And just being close as I could to him and seeing what he was doing and kind of embodying some of those things that I just admired about him as a guitar player and a performer I'm sure that influenced me. So it'd be nice if somebody would talk to me about it, but nobody knows who he is. Rory Gallagher. Amazing. I love him. I just do. I feel kind of bad for him because, well, I don't want to get into any negatives, but if I don't watch the earlier stuff, the stuff in the 70s, don't go any beyond that. Because after that, he was just playing, he was Rory Gallagher trying to play Rory Gallagher. I think that he kind of lost his direction to some extent. But that's not a conversation I should really have since I don't know his story intimately. Okay, where were we? But yeah, Rory Gallagher. He's a guitar hero of mine. And maybe even a little bit of a songwriting hero because I played several of his songs. Performed them. Where were we? Topic number 2. Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to be over here. In that book, The Bat Cave, is the book, The Partial Book of the Pauper. I could never really figure out why I didn't finish it until recently, and I kind of was watching a bunch of these isekai, or whatever I call them, these videos where these teenagers get imported into their video games, and their video game becomes reality, which is, of course, the ultimate millennial dream. And anyway, as I was watching a lot of those, I kind of came to realize what the evil kings were, because they were always portraying, of course, their evil fathers, probably. Their moms talk nothing but bad things about. But anyway, the possibility of an evil king. Well, actually, I guess Trump was really the best evil king example I've ever had, where I got more intimately involved in understanding him and his logic. And so that evil king thing, I couldn't write the book because I didn't understand it. I couldn't be an evil king. I wouldn't know how to do that. It was just impossible for me to imagine all these things. I'm just always in shock about the terrible and vicious and mean and horrific things that the Trump administration is doing. And I could never think like that. I couldn't even consider that. They wouldn't come out of my imagination. It just baffles me. So anyway, that's why I couldn't finish the book, is I couldn't write the evil king part. Anyway, just plug in Trump and jump to the end of the story. Okay, me being Trump, it's kind of well, where were we? It's not, well, is it a curse? Where were we? Oh, the mine story, based on my own true story. Well, I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. If you want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Okay, and what else do I got? Because I'm a guitarist singer, I ended up not being famous as a guitarist and not getting famous as a singer. And because I'm a songwriter, but because I'm a singer and a guitarist, it's like my reputation got kind of never got split to where any one of those 3 things got fame, brought me fame. So I think that it's not that I really compromised any of them, but I think the problem is that in the public's mind, which is so small, you can really only hit them with one little image. That's why when they get to know an actor, they lock him into one movie, and no matter how many other movies he makes, they're going to still see him in that one movie role. They're just limited thinking. But anyway, that's just... Anyway, let's jump to the end of this video. Make it short, sweet. I'll give you some... I got a music. So today you're going to hear Scaredy Cat. Sometimes if I got studio versions of the songs, I'd play them, but there's no studio version of this song. I'm surprised that this song didn't have a bigger window of performance and I don't know. I just write so many songs. This song just got left behind at some point, and I write new songs and keep filling it in. And in a couple of years, there's all new songs, and all the other ones are gone because I just write too many songs. And that's not doing all my songs. That's only doing the select ones that are good for the band. But anyway, what am I going to say? Let's just end this like I said. I pride myself in really being good at all three. I'm a really good singer. I'm a really good guitar player, really good bass player. Now, my drumming, I'm getting compliments on. Now, I'm willing to say I'm got to be, kind of weak, but I got the feeling. I got the heart of a drummer. So I have good ideas, and I kind of pursue things. My experience and time spent drumming makes me less perfect than I could be, and maybe less solid, less everything, So obviously, I would fault my experience level of drums as my weakness, but my heart's there, and So anyway, where was I? I just complimenting myself. Hi, I love me. Hey, anyway, love yourself. It was funny. I was thinking, okay, I love meditating during the day. In fact, I've found myself, okay, we'll talk about meditation later. Okay, so see you till, let's see, do I have an outro here? Let me read it. I don't know if I agree with it now, but I put down, okay, so I'm sexy, a little nasty, but I'm not a murderer. Yeah, that's definitely something I've never done in this life. And I was never a soldier, so I never even got paid to kill anybody. Let's see. Just comments about the book. Let's talk about it someday. Let's do a podcast and talk about it. Let me get interviewed. I'd like to be interviewed by somebody who'd like to talk to me about my stories. That would be more fun. I'd like to see what answers I come up with. Okay, so let's see. I'm promoting which products? I'm promoting the Bat Cave Gold Mine. I think I broke it up into 4 words, although I think it could be 2. Bat Cave and a gold mine. But I made it into 4 words. And Bat Cave Gold Mine. And we're also, of course, all 26 of these podcasts right now that I'm doing are promoting the Oh Boy music movie and Oh Boy album by the artist known as Richard Del Conner, formerly known as ... All right, see you around. Hey, enjoy this song, Scaredy Cat. And it's a lyric video, so now you can understand the words, just in case there are a little... Well, anyway, enjoy.
Peace.